I lost over $1,500 today, and I'm still floating in the negative hundreds. We're gonna talk about it, right? Because you know, when it comes to this Forex stuff, when it comes to what I'm talking about, you know, just marketers in general, there's a lot of people who like only showing the good, right? I show a lot of the good. Why? I mean, why would you only want to talk about the negative? But with this, we're gonna talk about the negative because it does happen. It is real. We're dealing with US30. It's extremely volatile, right? Nothing's guaranteed, and we're gonna talk about the losses a little bit. So I'm having a conversation in the US30 snipers free group on Telegram with a bunch of my people, right? Several of whom are already involved in the private members group, and they're already trading. They've won, they've lost, I've won, I've lost. But this time we're going to talk about the losses, okay? So I'm just going to pretty much read from, you know, a few of the entries here, and kind of just want to put some points out there just to be candid, right? Just to let you guys know that it's okay. Just to let you guys know that nothing's perfect, nothing's guaranteed. But overall, over time, we're striving to just get to that goal, which is, you know, to get to that money, to get to that lifestyle, that financial freedom that we all want. That's possible. That is possible with this US30, but we got to talk about the ugly as well. We got to talk about the bad and the ugly as well as the good with the likes of the US30. But right now, I want to talk to the people who are getting involved with $500 or $1,000, right? Low thousands, low amounts, right? You should not, you guys should especially not be thinking about getting rich overnight. You got to think about pacing yourself. You got to think about, you know, the most, right? The most conservative risk management, right? Using the 0.01 lot size, the most 0.02, and even that's pushing it. Let me talk to you guys for a little bit. I'm in this for the long haul, all right? I'm extremely confident in the long haul. It's extremely easy to think of overnight riches with this because it's capable of happening, right? But if we humble the thoughts a little bit, especially at the beginning, and stay conservative, then there will be times where we could be super aggressive, you know, because we are so up for the week or the month that we can catch a crazy win streak, and we can 10x or 50x an account in a short amount of time. That is possible. So to my, you know, $500 to $1,000 starting people, right? It is possible to grow and start with a $500 to $1,000 or so account, but don't expect the riches, right? At the same time, don't be surprised if you lose, you know, most of it or all of it due to a bad streak, right? You got to be prepared for that because you're starting so low with something so volatile like the US30, right? The potential, which we're all here for, to take a few $100 or $1,000 to a few $1,000s within a month is realistic, however, right? But, you know, if you have 5 to 10K or more, the better chances you have of growing exponentially over time if you stay at that, you know, 0.01 to 0.02 lot sizes per, you know, per trade, and you're not taking a bunch of trades and over leveraging yourself, right? And given the track record of the signals going back a pretty long time, right? You know, if you do that over weeks and months, it could be staggering, you know, where you are from where you started. US30, I mean, it's always volatile, but it seems like this past few days, especially around the holidays, you know, after Black Friday, and, you know, Christmas coming up and all that, it's even more wild and unpredictable, right? But, you know, what I told my people in the group is it's better to be a slow day signal-wise, because we've only, the last couple days, right, we've only had 1 or 2 signals, when normally it's usually around 3 to 5 to 6 a day, right? But we only had a couple, you know, the last couple of days, and I'm telling them, right, it's better to be a slow day signal-wise than getting into a bunch of shit when it's extra shaky, you know, more so than usual out there, right? Because there are people who trade full-time, right, or they do any type of general investing that are happy with 5 to 10% per month, you know, gains, or 20 to 30% per year on their money, right? That's in the regular investing world, right? When you're talking about, you know, people, you know, when you talk about hedge funds, when you talk about Wall Street, when you talk about all types of other portfolios and stocks and all that type of stuff, right? People who get 10, 20, 30% a year are extremely happy with that. But, you know, we're doing this, we're involved in this US30 for a whole other agenda, right? But personally, I've never been attracted to that slower pace money, right? And there's nothing wrong with doing it the traditional way, but, you know, this is what I'm attracted to, right? It's what attracted me to finding a way with this US30, involving ourselves with this US30. We know exactly what we want, you know, which is a whole lot more than that. If at the end of the month you can safely see 50% or even double what you started with, that's a massive win. it's been cool to see so many people that I got involved with this seeing their first bit of real action within days or their first week. I want to do a quick example before I get out of here. I want to keep these videos short. You know, I made the point that I'm making in this video is that losses happen, to be prepared for loss, right? We talk about all the wins. I show a lot of the wins. That's what attracted you to this. That's what attracted me to getting involved with this. But you know, just know that it happens. It's normal. And if you do lose, pick yourself back up, right? If you're working a 9-to-5 job and you happen to blow your account because you only started with a few $100s or $1,000, don't let that be the reason why, you know, you don't want to deal with this anymore, right? Do what you got to do, work those extra hours, you know, sell off those clothes, do something, right? To make sure you get back in the game, because it is possible. But I'm going to give you guys a very conservative and realistic goal or target. If you have, you know, let's say $1,000, we'll use $1,000 as a round number, right? If you're compounding, you know, daily, right? If off that 1,000, if you're just focused on just 5%, right? If you're just concerned with 5% a day off 1,000, 5% of 1,000 is $50, right? $50 a day for 5 days a week, right? If you do that for a year, you know, where will your account be, right? Where will your account be in 6 months? So if you're focusing on, even if you're just taking profit before the take profits, right? Because, you know, with the signals, we have a certain take profit that could be very, very lucrative and make you way more. But let's just say your goal for the day was just to hit 5%. All right, it could be 1,000, it could be whatever it is. If you what I want you guys to do is Google a compound calculator, and you can start, you know, plugging in some numbers. Also, definitely play around and see what's up with the demo account. There's nothing wrong with playing with the demo account to see what it would look like with the $5,000 account, $10,000 account, $50,000 account before you even have it for real, just to see what it would look like, right? But back to this 5%. So 5% of 1,000 is $50, right? If you did that 5 days a week for several months, for a year, I mean, it's very possible, especially, you know, with the signals. If you can average that, you'll be in a very, very, very good place. If you just wanted to, you know, focus on the bare minimum. So the moral of the story is, you know, don't over leverage yourself. You know, don't trade with massive lot sizes. If you only have a few $100s or $1,000, you'll blow your account, right? And you're not gonna come crying to me because, you know, we're putting all the disclaimers out there, we're putting all the warnings out there, right? We're giving you guys the best opportunity, the tools to go out there and, you know, trade successfully. Well, you're not even having to do much but copy and paste, especially with us with the US30 snipers. But that's what's being offered here, right? Is giving you the best opportunity, you know, to maximize and profit off of the US30 markets, right? We know the success stories. We've seen people turn $1,000 into $50,000. We've seen those stories. We've seen, you know, a few $100s into several $1,000s overnight. But as realistic and as possible as it is, that's not the case all the time. You know, losses do happen, and that's what this video is about. Losses happen, but if you can just, you know, be conservative, especially in the beginning, right? Especially in the beginning, and just say, hey, man, if these trades could just get me 5% a day, I would be happy. I'd stop right there and I'd wait for the next day. You know, you'll be in a definitely a better position, you know, a few months from now, definitely a year from now. All right, so make sure you're subscribed, hit the like button, comment below, get into the free group if you're not in the free group, and I'll see you on the inside. All right.